Is it wrong to go on a boys' trip if you're in a committed relationship? There's absolutely men and women who are like that. It can be cultural, upbringing, trust-related. It's a bit controlling, could be codependent. But really it's a them problem, not yours. Have your mate either commit to the idea of just being with his girl, therapy the SHT out of this, or break up if he's uncertain. No, it's not wrong in itself. Full disclosure though, if your friend's GF has wanted to go on a trip with him for a while and they haven't done so, she has the right to be upset if he suddenly decides to spend his travel budget on a beer trip with the boys. On principle, it's fine, but people in relationships do have other factors to consider than just the principle of the thing. Does him going mean that he won't have enough paid time off to go on a vacation with her, visit family, or accomplish any of their other plans that might require it that year? Does the schedule, planning conflict with any pre-existing plans? Do they have kids, pets, etc. that will be her responsibility while he's away? Is he paying for the trip with shared finances? Will the trip mean that he will have to forego a significant amount of income? It could be that the answers to all of these questions are completely innocuous and easily resolved. But they are all things that need to be reconciled as a couple when your life is intertwined with someone else's. Maldives is a weird destination for a guy's trip emo, but that's the closest there is to an issue with the plan. It's another thing if you're spending shared money on the trip, but there's no mention of that. Plenty of reasons that her view could be justified, but that information isn't in the post, so would be pure speculation. E.g., if they hadn't been away together for years, or ever visited anywhere nice, and then suddenly he's going to a popular honeymoon destination with friends instead. There is no right or wrong, it is for the couple to decide. There's nothing on the Maldives to get alarmed about. It's a Muslim-governed country, with no strip bars, no whores, and drinking strictly limited to hotels. It's a rich person's couple retreat, so finding a single woman on the island wouldn't be easy. I'm 100% fine with my husband going on a boys' trip, but to the Maldives? No. We're not financially comfortable enough that he could do that without a major struggle. So that kind of extravagance by only one half of the partnership would not be okay. Is there a chance they're discussing marriage, children, buying a house, etc., and she's thinking about that side of things? Depends what said boys' trip entails. To many that would suggest stag do activities like strip clubs, strippers, which would obviously raise some concerns. If it's just a normal holiday with an all-male friend group, then can't see the issue, but you should at least recognize the optics. What? No, that's a dumb take. PPL in relationships can go on trips with their friends. That sounds controlling. As a woman, it sounds more like the girl doesn't fully trust what you all will do on this boys' trip. My husband takes boys' trips about once, sometimes twice a year. But there's clear communication in what's acceptable to do and not do. He keeps in contact with me once a day. And most importantly, I trust him. Are the rest of you guys single? We don't really like it when our attached guy goes with a bunch of single guys, because then they can be tempted into doing single guys' activities. As a single girl living where foreigners visit all the time, I always met group of boys who desperately tried to get laid, and they all had GFs. So she may be right, IDK. Even single dudes don't try that hard. Sad. Depends if this is their entire travel budget or not. Can't really judge on what you've provided alone. If they can't go anywhere else cause of this trip, then yeah, it's kind of a dick move, but if that's not the case and they can both have solo trips and together trips, it's fine. As a general rule, should have communication about it. Of course it's not wrong. Perhaps she's worried that you guys will go to a strip club or hit up women. Things like that. Talk a little bit deeper to try and get to the reason why she thinks it's wrong. This is tough. Being a woman, I can see the immediate anxiety and panic that ensues hearing you want to travel alone very far in a group of young men. But I do have to say, if your friends have all been trustworthy and the friend would never cheat on his girlfriend, then maybe she will warm up to the idea. Both sides are valid. I would let my husband go on a boys' trip anytime, but man, would I be envious. Maldives? I'd get some girlfriends together and plan something exotic. 2. It's important for partners to do things outside the relationship. My only issue was if my husband wanted to do it, say, when our twins were newborns while we had a toddler. I'd probably be a bit annoyed then. Because obvious. Does she ever go on a girls' trip? There is no right and no wrong. There are couples that travel apart and have separate things outside their relationships. Whereas there are couples that prefer to be together for everything. I wouldn't want to go anywhere without my spouse. I want to enjoy and share my experience with him. To the op, care to clarify what you expect the activities to be on this boys' trip? The Maldives isn't really a place I would go with the boys, lol. Married men go on fishing and hunting trips with the boys. But there's not much to hunt in the Maldives. Except probably other women. Cold sweat smile. Are the rest of you single or in a committed relationship? 'Cause if you're all single, it's kinda hard not to be on her side in this situation.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.